What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is the King and I Life podcast, hosted by myself, Soul Toucher the Poet, and my brother, Son Soul X, in his joint. Check it out. Hit us up, www.kingandilife.com, for all our podcast info. Subscribe to whatever podcast platform that you choose. Also, hit us up, KINGANDEYE369@gmail.com. Email us your suggestions, your feedback, and all that good stuff. Tune in to us live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share, because we are all over all those social media platforms. Stay tuned for the good stuff. Yeah, we out. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the King and I Life podcast, hosted by your boy, Soul Toucher the Poet, and my brother up in his joint.
Son Soul X up in here.
Welcome back to another week, another episode of the King and I Life podcast. Yo, check it out. Hit us up, www.kingandilife.com, for all your information. You find links to our videos, podcasts, episodes, and Son Soul X, go ahead with the rest. What's on there?
Hey, man, you guys know y'all can reach out to us at KINGANDEYE369@gmail.com. Again, that's King and I 369@gmail.com. Again, you can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all of your major podcast platforms. We are even on, what's the one I'm looking for here? What is it?
What you talking about? Apple?
Yeah, we're on Apple too, but that wasn't the one I was thinking about. Anyway, it'll come back to me, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, we out here. We out here in these podcast streets, as they say. So get at us. If you have any ideas or any topic that you want us to discuss, or if you want to come onto the platform and discuss them with us, by all means, reach out to us. We open for it. What's up?
Yeah. So we're gonna be talking about pharmaceuticals in our society. This is like a follow-up to the one we did about drug abuse and shit. It's one of those topics, man. You know, of course it gets mixed critique, I will say. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's one of them things that people, I don't know. I guess society as a whole just tries to dance around and make light of until it's a somewhat of a crisis.
True that. I mean, as long as I've been a kid, I've seen some form of drug abuse, whether that's alcohol or street narcotics, as they say. And then, of course, the old pharmaceutical over-the-counter type prescriptions, I guess you could say. I mean, it's no secret that these companies are making billions, if not trillions of dollars off of selling their products. Again, the only real difference I see is they get a patent on theirs. They do the research and they, tap on the shoulder of FDA and say, hey, we got this new thing. We need you to look at it. Go ahead and don't pay no attention to that paperwork. Just go ahead and let that fly on through and we good. Checks in the mail. You know what's going on.
Well, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that happens or how it happens, to what ratio it happens. So I'm not going to jump out there and put my stamp of approval on that, because I honestly don't know. But I do know that pharmaceuticals are out of hand. That's what I will say. And to me, it doesn't matter if the FDA turns a blind eye to something or whatever. I just think it altogether out of hand. And I guess that is the downside of modern technology. to a degree, I cannot put a lot of blame on technology itself, but I do put a lot of blame on the capitalistic approach to it, um, the greed approach and stuff like that. Because a lot of these things that when they first came out, they were groundbreaking and they were great things. But with anything, when a patent runs out on certain things, or when patents are like, I don't know, I want to say shareable or open sourced or whatever the case may be, that just opened the gates for so many companies to mimic and replicate whatever is out there to whatever their standards are, to make it a little bit different from the other one so that they don't get any type of patent violations or stuff like that.
Yeah, it's actually being someone who holds a couple patents. It lasts about 20 years. And in the course of that 20 years, you have to keep updating shit, meaning update your patent number. Excuse me.
That's crazy.
But here's my thing, all right, with the whole FDA thing. So if the FDA passes and approves a drug, and then several years down the road, you hear about this class action lawsuit about a particular drug. I mean, let's be real, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is good is the FDA then? It's just a question I'm asking. Because you've given these companies the right to put their product on the market. And the next thing you know, you're hearing about people who, in some cases, worst cases scenario, they're losing their lives behind these products that were supposed to be FDA approved and FDA certified and all the stuff that comes along with that. But then, like I say, you hear about these major lawsuits that come some years down the line.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. Somebody please explain that to me.
Personally, I don't think it really needs to be explained. Because, and I only say that because with any drug that's out there, you have to have a test group, and this test group, however they use it, from my understanding, I'll say, is you get people from different populations, different demographics to volunteer for these studies and stuff like that. And, that's how it's done. But the wild thing is, although you grab people from different uh, economic classes, racial classes, and all this, that, and the other, that mimic the population as a whole, you still have unique situations that you cannot foresee. And I think that goes into the bigger picture of, when people have a problem with um, medications in general, or even vaccines, people don't want to um, they don't want to accept the fact that everything out there has a degree of testing, and without testing we'll never know. But everybody everywhere on this entire planet is a fucking test dummy. Everybody. Nobody is exempt. And I only say that because although we may not hop on pharmaceuticals per se, they are putting shit in our food all the time. And you never know what you are putting into your body unless you grow it your damn self.
Check.
But
excuse me.
Yeah.
The thing about it is this, right? We appoint people, or say we appoint people to look out for the best interests of the general public. And these people or organizations only looking out for their own pockets. Excuse me. Their own pockets. Let's stop bullshitting about it. Because the shit that they allow into our foods, most European countries don't allow into their food. There are numerous of countries around the world that they just don't let it fly because they're not in it for the money, they're in it for their people. And when I think about all the BS that gets away, or companies are allowed to get away with in this country, is sickening. Because again, they're looking at profit instead of the human life value. And yeah, some people might say, well, no one forces you to eat it. No, they don't. But again, the greatest drug that's on the market right now is food. If you think I'm BSing, go into your cabinets, go into your refrigerator, look anywhere and everywhere that you keep food, and go down the list of ingredients and look up the definition of some of these long ass, unpronounceable goddamn words. I guarantee you, you're going to be surprised about some of the stuff that's in our food. I just think that the pharmaceutical companies, along with the medical industry, work hand in hand. And I think that we, as citizens of this nation, we let too much fly. Even though we have people who supposedly are in position to protect us. I think it's a real shame.
Slide yourself over a bit. You're not in the camera all the way.
Say that again?
I said slide over a little bit. You're not in the camera all the way.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to that, I'm going to venture to say that it's never going to change. And I say that because to a degree, it doesn't matter who you put in these positions to make things right, so to speak, or beneficial. Right. The thing about it is no one is exempt from greed. No one is exempt from favors. No one is exempt from the quest for power anywhere in the world. So, one, that's the problem. That's one problem. Another problem that I see, and again, this could be an assumption on my part because I don't know it all, is that we all are searching for a cure for something, and it does not matter what it is. And again, you know, when I compare a lot of stuff as far as pharmaceuticals to like vaccines and stuff, you know, you have people anti-vaccine this, anti-vaccine that, but when you look at these TV commercials with all these pharmaceuticals that they offer, and they give you a laundry list of side effects, ain't nobody complaining about those, but they complaining about vaccines. Nobody is complaining about cigarettes and all the health issues that they cause, but they complaining about vaccines. No one is complaining about the toxins that are being pushed in the air, but they're complaining about vaccines. No one is complaining about the pesticides that they're putting on fruits and vegetables, but they're complaining about vaccines. you know, and it's this whole lopsided thing in our society. And it's like, again, pharmaceuticals is they a lot of them are, they have too many damn side effects, but everybody treats them as wonder drugs. Um, when you look at cancer treatment, the radiation and stuff, we all know what radiation does to the human body. It ain't cute. It's not without pain. Um, it has a lot of side effects, but nobody is really complaining about them because they want to be cured of cancer. So again, it's this pharmaceutical thing that is crazy out there. Um, but hey, it's modern technology. So, I mean, I guess we can go ahead and get into the meat of this conversation.
All right, bet it up then. So why are there so many options for pharmaceutical products?
I'm gonna have to say because there are so, you know what? I don't even know why there are. Well, I know why there are so many pharmaceutical companies, but at the same time, I don't know why we need so many. Um, I I want to say the government should be responsible for that because I feel like if the government took care of that, we wouldn't have these competing companies who spend and make billions of dollars um, pushing out the same things with different doses and this, that, and the other. And, it's like, it's just so many out there. And then the other thing out there is you have the name brand and then you have the generic brand. And it's like, wait, this company produces a name brand. This company also produces a generic brand. And then you have all these other companies producing their store brand and also having generic brands on their shelves. It's like, why do I go into a store and I need ibuprofen, Motrin, and there's like 5, 6, 7 different brands of this particular medication, and they all market each other as this one is better than the other one, but it's like you're supposed to do the same thing, but they all have the same side effects. I think that's a problem because it's like, yo, do we really need that many? Like, I don't get it.
I feel it's a hustle. It's a game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how China is. And no disrespect to anyone from China, but we know that when it comes down to certain products, there are certain companies within China that do knockoffs. So whether it's a Ferrari or Mercedes, a damn Camaro, it doesn't matter. If there's potential to make a profit, certain companies will do so. And I think that the thing with pharmaceutical companies, they figured it out. Meaning, I can put out my brand, which is, an official brand, but I can also make money on the backside by throwing out a generic brand. So I'm really making money hand over fist from both ends. I pretty much just cut out my damn competition because I may hold a patent to this particular product, but I'm also knocking off my own product by selling a generic brand of it. I'm just doing it through the back door. So when it comes down to all these different brands, and they put up their major brands, like for example, like a Nike or an Adidas, and then they might have like a Psyche or a Dadidas. You know what I'm saying? So it's again, there are all kind of tricks and loopholes that these companies use to get the bag, as they say.
Right.
And in instance, you can't blame them, but on the other hand, again, I just think that they value money over human life. Like again, there's so many different side effects for the most simplest things. Like, goddamn, I'm taking this product for one thing, but it's damn producing 3 or 4 other side effects. So it's crazy to me how that works. Again, like you said, it's this whole laundry list of damn side effects.
Right.
But when you have, again, variety, I guess they're putting it out because it's like a McDonald's versus Burger King or Wendy's. It's all about your personal preference. What names do you gravitate to, even though they all do the same damn thing?
And I know this is conversation gonna go left and right and all this other thing because you brought up these restaurants and car makers and all this, that, and the other. They all go hand in foot, like pretty much like you were saying. Like Toyota, Lexus, Nissan, Infiniti, Honda, Acura, Chevy, GMC, Hyundai, Kia, Chevy, Toyota, Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, Buick, Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth,
Mazda.
Jeep, Eagle, Mazda as well with Ford. Then you got Fiat Group, and then you got Daimler Chrysler. Then you have Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Volkswagen.
Cujo.
So yeah, so when we're looking at all of these related companies and products and stuff like that, it's no wonder why things are crazy. But bringing it back to the pharmaceuticals, you have to take into consideration that a lot of these companies buy out other companies, retain the name of these companies, and they're marketing their products under other companies' names, and it's a big monopoly, this, that, and the other. And so there you have it. You have a problem of too much availability. And I think that also contributes to the problem. Because like I think Rite Aid got brought up by, I don't remember who brought them up, or if it's either Rite Aid, Walgreens, or one of them that got brought up by the other one, and it's like, why? Like, why? I mean, I think it's just corporate greed first and foremost that overfloods the markets with all these different pharmaceuticals, and just to keep it on pharmaceuticals. But again, my thing is, it's so much out there, and it's so much to pick from, which is better, which is worse. Hell, half them shits don't even really work, or at the end of the day, the ones that do work, they have so many damn side effects that it's not even worth it. So yeah, I look at it like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have variety. There's nothing wrong with having variety. But again, at the end of the day, when they all do the same damn thing, it comes down to literally damn near choose your poison to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's all about the packaging. What captures my eye? What brand rolls off my tongue to make me feel satisfied when I say it? And that's what we've come down to with these different pharmaceutical companies. Again, all their products are ideally put out to help people into a certain level or degree. They do.
Right.
But at the same time, they also harm you. So it's like, well, goddamn. Is it better to not use it, or is it better to use it because it's, on one hand, it's supposed to help me, and yeah, it might take care of that one thing, but again, there are 3 or 4 other things that it causes when it helps that one thing, and 3 or 4 is on the low side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but hey, it is what it is. I want to jump into this next one, but do they offer hope in a capsule, bottle, or cream form? We're gonna touch on this before we, take our little break. But what is your thoughts on that?
Damn it, it's like a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? I think it does, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a rose. You know what I mean? A beautiful red rose, but that motherfucker can come with some thorns.
Yeah.
So it's about value. Do you value the smell and the feel of that rose more than you value getting pricked by the damn thorns? What say ye?
So, if I had the choice, I would use creams. Especially if it's for like muscle pain and stuff like that. I personally do not like taking capsules or pills because of, if you don't take them right, it'll mess up your stomach lining and this, that, and the other. I remember one time a long time ago, I had to take some antibiotics and I took it on an empty stomach. And that was the worst decision that I've made taking medicine in my entire life. It had me folded over like an alien was about to jump out my chest.
Dang it.
Yeah, like if you take, like if that thing says take on a full stomach, take on a full stomach. If it says drink milk while you take this, drink milk. It don't say drink water, it says drink milk. Like literally. If it say drink milk or do not take on an empty stomach, follow the directions. Please take your prescriptions and your medicines responsibly. But when you talk about bottle, that's more so in liquid forms. When you talk about offering hope, and let's talk about society. There's a lot of people out there who just are reckless with medications. And I know during our times growing up, it was popular to get drunk off these bottled medicines, Vicks 44D and you know, stuff like that. But I mean, I guess it depends on what you need it for. and who you are and your tolerance for these products to determine if it has a value for you. That's where I'm at with that one.
You say that song sipping on some scissor, sip,
Yeah.
sippity sip, sipping on some scissor. Went through
that
my
purple
head.
punch.
But if I had to have a choice, I guess I would have to go with liquid capsules. Depending on what my ailment at the time is. And of course, I try to stay away from all of them as much as possible. But when it comes down to society, it's pretty much I'm run amok. But when you see certain rappers with scissor in their cup or whatever it is they call that stuff now, again, I think that they're kind of selfish. I get it. It's you, your body, your cup. But when you have so many young people looking up to you and they wonder what's in your cup, and for the most part they already know, but they want to experience it themselves, that's where I think the problem comes in. But we'll move on. This has been the part 1 to pharmaceuticals and our societies. And again, we just want to thank you for tuning in to the King and I Life podcast. And of course, you can find us on all of your podcast major platforms, and even some of the smaller ones also. We out here. What you got, Soul Toucher?
We'll be back. He said it all.